Muriega. Ile ingine ya pale Mudete mnasema nini? Mlembe, hata Mlembe iko hapa. Na ile ingine ya wale wa Kisii. Biore, Wakire vuya. Asante sana. Na chamge hiyo si ni national language ama? Hiyo iko haja ya kushinda nikisema? Si ni lugha ya taifa? Asante. Hiyo ndio lugha ya kwanza ya taifa. Kwa hivyo, Your Excellency, tunafuraha sana kuwa na wewe asubuhi ya leo. Kwa sababu sisi kama watu wa industry tumekuwa tukisikia tuko kwa baridi. Lakini tangu serikali yako na ya William Samoei Ruto ije, tunajisikia sisi ni wana Kenya. Tunajisikia tuko ndani ya serikali. Tunaona kwamba mambo yetu inashughulikiwa. Mimi nilikuwa pale bunge kama mmoja wapo wa wakurugenzi hawa. Pia wao wanasikia kwamba sauti yao inafika the highest house in the republic. Na mimi nawashughulikia hawa. Kwa hivyo mimi nitoe shukrani yangu asubuhi ya leo kwa sababu umetushikilia. Mambo ya fertilizer tumeona mahali umetutoa. Tulikuwa tumeumizwa sana. Mambo ya uchumi ama mambo ya ushuru ya VAT kwa wale ambao walikuwa wananunua majani chai hapa Mombasa na wale ambao tunauzia hapa umetuondolea VAT. Lakini hapo ningetaka nikukumbusha kwamba tuna changamoto kidogo. Ile fedha ambayo tumetoa tukalipa kama VAT pale katika KRA haiturudi kwa jinsi inayofaa. Na mimi najua pale bungeni tulitoa amri tukasema kwamba pesa ikibaki pale ile ya VAT ambayo inafaa kurudishwa kwa mkulima, ikikaa miezi ama kiwango fulani pia iwe ni lazima warudishe ama ianze kupata mapato. Si namna hiyo? Lakini mimi najua tukua na Deputy President hapa na rais wetu, hayo mambo yatachungwa. Najua iko changamoto kidogo pale KRA ama mambo ya fedha, lakini najua wakati tukiendelea kidogo hapa mbele, najua hiyo maneno utatusuluhishia. Kuna jambo limetusumbua sana, haswa sisi kutoka zone 1. Kwa sababu kuna watu tulikuja tukawapatia hapo tukawa majamii na jirani wema, tukawakubalia kwamba wawekezaji wa kibinafsi wawe na factory zao. Lakini kwa sababu ya hali ilivyo kumeanza kusukumana. Tunapata kwamba poaching imetusukuma sana. Ile kitu inaitwa mangirito. Your Excellency, because charity begins at home, ni vizuri nikwambie I represent 2 factories, Theta and Darugo. 2020-2021 we received green leaf of 36 million kilograms. This year we only received 25 million kilograms, a loss of 11 million kilograms. This increases our cost of production because machine tukigurumisha ni ile yenye ilikuwa inatengeneza 36 million kilos ndio hii inatengeneza 25 million kilos. So our cost of production has really gone up kwa sababu ya hii maneno ya poaching. But I am happy to see Mr. Kahio here, the chairman, because jana ametoa idhini ama ametoa ilani kwa wale ambao wanafanya uchukuzi wa majani. He has given new and further conditions to the tea transporters, and he needs support. As we speak here, I have a truck in Gatundu police station yenye nilishika through the public a week ago. Kama iko na majani wamekuja kubeba, wamekuja kupoach majani yetu. These are the challenges that are giving us, and this one now requires the administration washikane pale. I have been frustrated before kwa sababu nashika nasemekana DPPs jui crop inspector wako hapa watu wa ministry kwamba hakuna report ile mwafaka ya kufanya DPP aweze kufanya prosecution. But now with those na wale watu kutoka kwa T-board wametusaidia, tumeanza kushika wale na kuwapeleka kotini. Kwa hivyo sisi tunashukuru sana. Jambo ambalo tunaomba utusaidie kidogo. Hiyo cost of production, the biggest component is energy. Both electricity, diesel and firewood. Biomass is very expensive for us. Therefore, the only solution will be to change and move with other people like EABL, other practitioners in the industry who are now using solar. But we have a few challenges here and there to solarize our plants. We have some technologies that are not exactly well tested, but we know we have hydrogen generators, which is very futuristic and very aspirational to move. But ultimately, with your support, watu ya Ministry ya Energy wakitu support sisi, tutaweza kutoka pale, so that this 50 shillings that goes to cost of production, because I think the most efficient factory now has gone above 70. And there are times we were at about 71, 72 hapo, lakini imeendelea kupanda. We are now getting 80, 90, 100. If we reduce the cost of production, these 40 shillings will go directly to the pocket of the farmer as a payout. Kwa sababu sisi hatuna jinsi nyingine. Sisi tukifanya hesabu yetu, ile pesa yote, we don't keep surplus. Pesa yote tunalipa wakulima. We only leave a little pesa kidogo ya dividends ya wale ambao ni shareholders, ambao pia ni wakulima. Kwa hivyo sisi tunashukuru serikali yako kwa vile umetushikilia. Jambo la mwisho ambalo ni hili la mbolea. Kwanza tukushukuru na tushukuru serikali yako na Daktari William Ruto, rais wetu, kwa sababu mlitupata tukiwa mahali mbaya kwa bei ya mbolea, hata mbolea kuja ikaja kukakuwa na maneno hapo ya procurement kidogo hii mwaka. Mimi najua wewe uliingilia kati hayo maneno. Na sasa, I know we will be giving fertilizer to farmers before these rains start coming. Na kwa hivyo, hata ile changamoto kidogo ya kuchelewa hapo, najua hiyo umeangalia na itakuwa imechungwa. Tukiweza kupata fertilizer in good time, itatufaa. Lakini hawa watu wa huyu ndugu yangu Solomon Maina, kwa hii mambo ya production cost, kwa sababu yeye ndio anatupatia viongozi wa industry, wale managers, wale wajuzi, walio na ujuzi wa kutengeneza majani. Tutaketi na yeye, tumwambie kwamba lazima hii cost of production, kwa sababu when you go to the people that we're competing with, ukienda private factories, they're producing tea at 55 shillings. Na ujue sisi tukiproduce at 90 shillings ama 70 shillings ama 80 shillings, mkulima bado ameumia kwa sababu amelipa pesa ya plucking ambayo iko very high. There's an elephant in the room ya mechanization of operations. I know these directors wakiketi, kwa sababu hawa watu ni watu ambao wako na interest ya wakulima. Wakiketi watatupatia njia mwafaka ya kwenda mbele. Na sisi tukikuja kwako na hiyo njia, tafadhali utusupport. Vile hawa watasema tufanye, ndio tutafanya. On that issue, ndio tuweze kupunguza the cost of production, because our employer ni yule mkulima, na tusipompatia pesa, bas, as you said your excellency earlier, kwamba in our language tunasema mkulima havunjwi mkono. Kwa hivyo yule lazima akae akipatiwa pesa ndio aweze kuimarika. Jambo la mwisho kwa hawa watu ambao wako katika KTDA Holdings. Mambo mengine najua tunafaa tuongee huko kwetu, huko tukiwa huko kando, lakini kwa sababu tuko hapa mnikubalia niseme. We have had a lot of divestiture of the money that we receive from farmers. My plea to you, because you are a new board that is sitting, please reduce on the divestiture of this fund. Let this money, at least for now, kwa sababu mambo ni magumu, wacha hii pesa yote ikija tunapelekea mkulima, tutangojea kidogo investment zingine kwa sababu tuko na investment ya kutosha. And I also urge you to sit, because you are the people that we elected, na tukawaachia hiyo kazi kwa sababu tunajua nyinyi mnatosha. Under the leadership of our KTDA director, muangalie zile investment ambazo zilikuwa zimefanyika hapo mbeleni. Please rationalize. If you feel that there's some investor that you can stop, we can remove our investment from, please, you're most welcome. And I know the government is willing to support you, so that we remain on the rail of our core mandate, which is manufacture, selling of tea, na kuhakikisha kwamba tumeshughulikia wakulima. Ama namna gani? Kwa hivyo, mimi sina maneno mengi, nitawachia hapo. Na sasa ni wakati wangu niwaombe nyinyi wote muwe upstanding. Tumkaribishe naibu poleni hapo, samahani, your excellency, I'm told pole kidogo, kuna representative kutoka kwa wizara, najua atakuwa ambaye atakuja kabla uje. Asante.
Thank you so much. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, for wanting to run that session for us. Allow me now, Your Excellency, to invite representative of the Ministry of Agriculture, the Director Crops, Mr. Douglas Kangi, to make his remarks, and thereafter invite the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya to make his remarks. Karibu sana.
Compliance. His Excellency, Deputy Rigathi Gachagua, to come and address this important forum. Thank you.
Thank you. Please be seated. The representative of our Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, the Chairman KTDA, Njero, the CEO, Bwana Mudaura, our Member of Parliament for Gatundu South, board members and directors of the various zones and factories, good morning. God is good, and all the time. Nisalimieni kwa hewa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe tena. I want to welcome you to the Hustlers Mansion. Karibuni sana. I trust my people have taken good care of you. Mmekaribishwa vizuri, mmepata breakfast. Alafu tutakula lunch pamoja. I bring you greetings and warm regards from my boss, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. We gather here today to announce the final payment of bonuses to our smallholder farmers under the Kenya Tea Development Agency. It is one of the most important occasions for the over 750,000 smallholders as we celebrate the gains made since the Kericho Tea Subsector Stakeholders Conference in July this year. We are proud that within 6 months of our reforms, we are restoring sanity and stabilizing the tea subsector as envisioned under the Kenya Kwanza plan of putting more money in the pocket of the tea farmer. This is a direct positive impact to the farmer who is at the bottom of the socio-economic pyramid. We are dignifying the farmer. We have dignified the over 7 million members of this family. The farmer can now pay school fees for their children. The farmer can now invest in their dream projects. It is for this reason that I congratulate the Kenya Tea Development Agency for working with us in the implementation of the Kericho Conference roadmap, resulting in farmers earning huge bonuses. This is one of the highest performances for smallholder factories across the country. Distinguished directors, KDDA factories recorded a turnover of 95.3 billion Kenya shillings in 2023 compared to 93.02 billion last year. This is an increment of over 2.3 billion Kenya shilling. Mujipigie makofi. There was a growth of 2.28%. The total payment of farmers grew by 7.6%, reaching 67.7 billion Kenya shillings. The average rate for the green leaf per kilo delivered to factories grew by 18% to reach 59.1 Kenya shillings compared to last year, which was 50.14 Kenya shillings per kilo. Allow me, distinguished directors, to single out the top 3 performing factories in the annual combined earning. The Tuge Tea Factory from my home county of Nyeri registered an impressive 78.3 Kenya shillings per kilo, an increment of 26%. This factory is also the country's leading processor of orthodox tea, whose consumption is on a steady rise across the globe. At Imenti Tea Factory in Meru County, where again my mother came from, farmers earned 73.1 Kenya shillings per kilo. On the other hand, farmers of Michimekori Tea Factory, again the land of my mother, in Meru, earned 68.6 Kenya shillings per kilo. I must acknowledge and congratulate Momul Tea Factory in Kericho County for leading consistently in producing quality tea. From this year's results, it is exciting to note that even the lowest factories, such as Nyankomba in Nyamira County, Kapsara in Trans Nzoia County, and Kiamokama in Kisii County, registered a huge improvement. Nyankomba was the most improved factory, reaching 37%, with farmers earning 55 Kenya shillings per kilo from a low of 40.1 Kenya shillings in the previous year. Pongezi. A hearty congratulations to the farmers of these three factories for the improvement. I'm sure they'll perform even better next year and the years to come. Distinguished directors, besides dignifying our farmers in their hustles, the reason the RUTO administration is taking seriously implementation of reforms is for the tea subsector to contribute to rebuilding our economy. We cannot improve our economy when we are spending more on importation than exports. We cannot strengthen our shilling against the major global currencies when key subsectors are underperforming. Tea is one of the crops that will assist us in increasing the foreign exchange reserves. Tea contributes about 2% to our GDP and 4% to the agricultural GDP. It earns an approximately 120 billion Kenya shillings in exports, translating to about 26% in foreign exchange. Globally, Kenya is the third producer and the biggest exporter, accounting for 28% of the world tea. In 2021, the tea subsector earned the country 136 billion Kenya shillings in foreign exchange. Last year, we earned 138 billion Kenya shillings. This year, we fully roll out reforms. We project the export earnings to rise to about 150 billion Kenya shillings. The board and distinguished directors, as the farmers prepare to receive their bonuses next month, they are motivated to work harder to not only improve quantity but also quality, the main factor that guarantees high pay. I wish to acknowledge that a reserved price is cushioning farmers against market uncertainties. But with the expanding international market, we also must push the bonuses even higher in the next 5 years. That is why we'll follow up on the implementation of the tea reforms to the last dot. A review of all legal, policy, and regulative frameworks is ongoing for lasting reforms, and I appreciate members of the National Assembly and the Senate from the tea-growing counties for their commitment in these reforms. And our foreign policy, the main responsibilities of ambassadors and heads of mission going forward is to maintain current and expand our footprints into new markets for our products. The performances of our ambassadors and high commissioners will be pegged on the delivery of this assignment of expanding existing markets and opening up new markets in the world. Competition for traditional markets, including Pakistan, the United Kingdom, the United Arab Emirates, Yemen, and Russia is growing. This calls for production on our part of more in quality, and specialty teas. This is how we will penetrate new markets, including China, Taiwan, Lithuania, the Democratic Republic of Congo, among others. Already, Kenya has exported tea under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, a market of over 1.3 billion people. Distinguished directors, in the face of competition from upcoming tea producers, Kenya is standing out in orthodox tea. As highlighted earlier, the Tuge Tea Factory is leading the way alongside other factories across the country in production of orthodox tea. Specialty tea means we can dictate the price per kilo. Besides encouraging farmers to venture into other varieties like purple tea, factories now need to incorporate flavored products as part of diversifying strategy to reach wider, trade and high-value markets. Distinguished directors, for increased quality and quantity, extension services on the good crop husbandry are critical. We have also eased access to cheaper fertilizer through subsidy as a way of reducing the cost of production. In this regard, we ask our farmers to enlist under the ongoing registration to, among other benefits, access subsidized fertilizer. The National Government Administration officers are requested to double their efforts in registering the farmers. On this note, I challenge KTDA to also work around provision of cheaper fertilizer to farmers in the long term in conjunction with the national government. Further, climate change remains a threat to crop yields. As witnessed, there was a drastic drop in production late last year and early this year due to prolonged drought. We encourage KTDA to partner with county governments in provision of extension services, as well as entrenching climate-smart agriculture for sustained production. Nimeshukuru sana, sana. And to respond to the few issues that were raised, kwanza wakurugenzi, mimi nataka niseme pongezi. Ndio nilialika nyinyi tukule pamoja, tusherekee pamoja, kwa sababu huu ni ushindi mkubwa kwa wakulima wa chai katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Kuongezeka zaidi ya shilingi bilioni 2 ni kwa sababu ya kujitolea kwenu na uongozi bora. Na mimi nataka kuomba nyinyi kwa heshima mkanyangie hapo. And I want to say, when we came into office, President William Ruto and I refused attempts by the former directors to destabilize the tea subsector. A stable tea subsector is good for our country because we depend on this sector for our foreign exchange earnings. So I want to say, nikiwa hapa, hakuna mtu atakubaliwa kamwe to destabilize your leadership. Mzungu anasema, if it's working, don't fix it. So, nyinyi mumeonesha uhodari wenu kwa usimamizi wa chai. Na mimi nashukuru kwa sababu tangu tukae Kericho tukakubaliana na hao wangwana. At least the players in the tea industry have embraced the reforms. You know? And there has been no resistance. And this is the fruit of embracing reforms in our tea subsector. Even in milk, we have been able to suppress the few cartels who are there, and we are making good progress. Pahali tuko na resistance kali ya cartels ni kwa kahawa. Lakini tutapambana na hawa. Nimeona watu ya Standard wakisema ati tumeinua mkono. Nani yainue mkono? Tumesema wanatusumbua because they are so entrenched. Wamekunywa damu ya mkulima wa kahawa for 30 years. Sasa tukijaribu kuwatoa pale ni kama kupe ukijaribu kutoa kwa ng'ombe. Wanatupa mateke, wanasumbua, wana create artificial problems, lakini tuko na hawa. And we are determined, and there is no way we can abandon reforms in the agricultural sector. And I want to say, when we met in Kericho, and I appealed to you to embrace reforms, and you did it, these are the results of reforms. And I want to say the government will support KDDA to health. Mutapata usaidizi kila pande kutoka kwa serikali yetu. And I want to ask you, because everything is leadership. A factory is as good as its directors. A factory is as successful as its leadership. And a factory is as rotten as its leadership. So, uongozi ndio kitu ya maana. And you people have proven through results that you are offering good leadership in the various factories you have been elected. I want to say congratulations, and you have the support of the President and I, the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Trade. Na hii soko tutatafuta pamoja na nyinyi. Mimi wacha ngangana na hii watu ya kahawa wiki 3-4, alafu nataka tuchukuane na directors tuende mpaka Iran kutafuta soko. Toke hapo tuende mpaka Pakistan, tuende Uingereza. Hapa Sudan tulikuwa na soko mzuri, sasa hii mageneral wanapigana, soko yetu imeenda chini. So we must open new markets. And I am going to take a lot of time to lead delegations of the tea players to look for new markets internationally. Because once we get new markets and we get good prices for the farmers will produce more and better tea. I want to talk about, appreciate the board under the chairman. I want to appreciate the group CEO for a good job. I want to appreciate all the directors of the respective factories and zones. Pongezi. Mambo ya orthodox tea is a way to go because munaona Gituge, and the market for orthodox tea is big in the world. I am going to propose to you today, wale hawana mtambo wa orthodox tea mwende mketi. I want to create a framework. We have agreed with the President, the national government and the county governments and yourself. Tukae chini, tusaidiane kuweka hiyo mtambo wa orthodox tea. Serikali, national government itoe kiasi fulani, county government itoe kiasi fulani. I have a meeting with them next Friday, na nyinyi mtoe kiasi fulani. Because kama hiyo chai over above CTC is $1, by simply just doing orthodox, mkulima anafaidika automatically. So we are willing as a government to put in some money because we are committed to assisting the tea farmer in Kenya. Our government is clear that the way to restore this economy is through supporting the farmers. And we are willing to put money in partnership with yourselves and the county governments so that we can have each and every factory with an orthodox processing plant so that we can get better prices and we can get better markets. Again, it is true, our MP for Gatundu South, pia ni director wa chai, amesema ya kwamba to lower the cost of production, the greatest challenge is electricity. And I know, and we discussed in Kericho, that some factories are generating their own power. But there is a problem because when they put it on the grid, they are paid at a lower fee, yet they are sold at a very higher fee. So next week, I'm going to convene a meeting between yourselves and the Minister for Energy and Petroleum, Davis Chirchil, so that we agree on how we can support the tea industry to bring down the cost of power. I want to ask you to do everything possible to bring down the cost of production through the management of cost management. I want to appeal to you as directors, led by the board, to sit down and work out a percentage of what we can allow so that some factories are not excessive. We are having some factories producing at very high price and others at reasonable prices. I want to challenge the board of KTDA Holdings to sit down, look at all the factories, see who are producing at a lower cost, who is medium, who is higher, and agree of whatever percentage we can peg that we can allow a factory not to exceed so that we bring down the cost of production. And that is why the government of President William Ruto has set aside funds for subsidizing fertilizer. You are aware when we came to power on 13th of September last year, the cost of 50 kg bag of fertilizer was 7,000. We have been able to avail in the last season to farmers at 3,500. And this season, we are doing it at 2,500. And again, we are going to work with KTDA to see how we partner in that program of subsidizing fertilizer with a view of lifting the burden off from the tea farmer. So we'll continue. We supported you last year. We are going to support you this year because we have a responsibility as a government to assist our farmers to lower the cost of production. I am aware that we are stuck in many areas because of court cases left, right, and center. Court cases are not good for anybody. Anybody who takes you to court is not your friend. Iko mambo mawili inamaliza familia. Ugonjwa na kesi. Si ndio? Yeah. So unajua sisi watu tulikuwa tunatuwekelea makesi ya uongo. Kutuumiza bure kwa sababu ya msimamo wetu. These cases between former directors and the present ones, we talked in Kericho, lawyers from both sides waongee. We see whether we can have a win-win situation. And I think I want to come in now. Nilikuwa nimeita Bwana Kanyago na nikamwambia sasa yeye ni mzee. Hii makesi ya kila siku. Sasa yeye amezeeka apumzike akule mali yake kwa sababu ni mingi. Si ndio? There is no need. Sasa mzee kama huyo makesi na mawakili, and you know these lawyers are not good people. Even when you have no case wanasema iko kesi hapa. So that you continue paying them, isn't it? Ukishindwa wanasema twende appeal. Ingine wakishindwa Supreme Court wanasema wanaweza enda mpaka Hague. And it's a civil matter which cannot go to the ICC. So I'm going to look for that mzee because ni mzee ya nyumbani. Tuongee na yeye kama wazee. Na wale wengine nitajaribu kama mzee kuwaita hawa tuone kama tutakubaliana. These cases are detrimental to the tea farmer. Because ile mawakili mnalipa ku defend, you don't bear that cost from your pocket. It is borne by the farmer, isn't it? So mtu yote anapeleka wakulima kotini is an enemy of the farmer. Because sasa wewe ukipeleka mawakili hawa na vile wanalipisha bei kali, lazima walipwe na hiyo pesa ni ya mkulima. So allow me a chance to look for these directors. We see whether we can agree. We try to persuade them ya kwamba these cases are not good and they should think of the farmer. And if they are genuine, that they care for the tea farmer, they should find a way of withdrawing these cases so that we can concentrate on serving the tea farmer. Ningetaka vile Mheshimiwa Kakombe amesema. And this young man has a great future in leadership. Ameongea vizuri sana. Wewe Mheshimiwa, wewe kanyangia hapo. Mimi sijui mambo mingi lakini mimi najua mambo kidogo. Nikiangalia kama mzee naona mbele iko sawa. Mambo ya divestiture, please. Nyinyi ni watu ya wakulima na chai na production. Hii biashara mingi mnajiwekelea, mtafanyia mkulima kazi za ngapi? mnafungua benki, mnafungua insurance, mnajenga manyumba ya kukodisha. Hiyo hapana kazi yenu. That's not your work. And why the tea farmer has not been benefiting is any time there is a good payout, the directors at KTDA Holdings wanachukua pesa, wanaanza kujenga manyumba, wanaanza kufanya hiyo maneno. Hakuna, tumekataa. We will not allow it. Any gain in a good payout must go to the tea farmer. Yeah? I'm telling you. So nyinyi directors, kwa sababu tumeamua kusupport nyinyi, mimi sitaki tukosane na nyinyi. Na mnajua sisi pia si watu wazuri sana. Tukikosana, it is good to have us on your side. Si ndio? Hii maneno ya divestiture tuachane naye. And I want us to have an audit of all the subsidiaries. The ones that are profitable and are making sense and are in support of the farmers, ziendelee. The ones that are loss making, we find a way of liquidating them. Because there is no need to have some subsidiaries, they are profit making, then from the profit you support the loss making ones. Si hiyo ni ujinga. Hiyo ni ujinga. Let us agree, we do an audit. We audit the subsidiaries that are profit making and adding value to the tea farmer in Kenya. Those ones, they continue, we support them. The ones that are making losses, they are liquidated. And we want KTDA to leave the business of real estate and other things to the people in the real estate world. Wacha kila mtu akanyange laini yake. Sisi wacha tufanye mambo ya kukuza majani chai na kutafuta soko na kusimamia mzuri. Hiyo kazi inatosha. Hii ingine of running banks, running insurance companies, running this, hii hamwezi. And that is why we are having a challenge. So I hope in this payout, na nitaweka macho yangu, hakuna hata shilingi moja inawekwa kwenda kwa mambo ya kuanzisha biashara mpya. Hiyo tuachane naye. Wacha ile shilingi yote itapatikana iende kwa nani? Kwa mkulima. Let us support our farmers. Our farmers are good people. They are hardworking. Let us also encourage them so that they live better lives, so that they are encouraged to produce more tea, more quality tea. Itakuwa ni kitu ya maana. Again, we are going to support in value addition. The government, led by President William Ruto, has already shown the way by reducing VAT on packaging materials. That is a way of supporting value addition. And therefore, I want KTDA to look at that issue closely. Instead of divestiture going to things that are not necessary, mkwame hapo kwa value addition. Hapo. Orthodox tea, value addition. Hapo. Around that space. Hiyo ndio itatusaidia. Let's add value to our tea so that when we market it in the world, it looks good, it looks attractive. Again, mambo ya VAT refunds, we have made a pronouncement as a government. But I'm willing, directors, you come and see me. If you have challenges in your VAT refunds, I'll make the necessary intervention to fast track it so that that money can be available to help the organization. I am willing to do that. Mambo ya poaching ya chai, hawking of tea. We are going to support you. We are going to support you 100%. I'll convene a meeting next week between the board, the Inspector General of Police, the Director of Criminal Investigations, the new Director of Public Prosecution, and the PSC Internal Security. You bring us a list of areas where you have challenge. Na hiyo watu tutarokota hiyo watu yote within a month. Hutawasikia tena. Tuwarokote hapa tuwarokote. Tutawarokota wote. Hakuna, we cannot accept for them to reap where they have not sown. These are terrible people. These are economic saboteurs. Na hii ni watu wanatakiwa kuwa kule jela vile rais alisema. Mambo alisema ni ngapi? Hata nyinyi mnasema mambo ni 3. So I want to send a clear warning to the tea poachers and those who are hooking our tea. Mkuwe tayari. Tutapambana na nyinyi. Mnatujaribu na tutaonana. Wanaume si ni kuonana? Tutaonana. So next week, I'll call the directors, I'll call the IG, DCI, PS Internal Security, and the DPP. We agree on a framework. Mutuletee hiyo yote, will mobilize the various security teams across the tea growing counties. Hiyo watu yote tutarokota na hakuna mtu atasumua nyinyi tena. That one you are going to deal with. And you are getting that commitment from the presidency. It will happen. We cannot allow people to reap where they have not sown. Hiyo ni kitu hatuwezi kubali. And we have the necessary human resource. Tuko na polisi ya kutosha, tuko na admin ya kutosha, koti ziko, watu ya kupeleka watu kotini wako. All we need is you come and tell us where we have a challenge. Wanakangombe hapa. We'll call those people, the security committee, I'll convene them a meeting, we'll give them instructions, and we'll give them a deadline when they must sort out this issue once and for all. Kwa hivyo mimi sitaki kusidisha kutoka hapo, nataka niseme asante. And the fact that we have succeeded in tea reforms is a clear indication we'll succeed in milk reforms and in coffee reforms. It's only that coffee, the resistance is huge. Huge. Lakini tulijua, si ati hatukujua. Tulijua ile kitu tunapambana naye. And we were prepared and we are still prepared. So we want to tell our farmers that the government led by President William RUTO has their interest at heart, and the farmers are our number one priority as a government. And we'll do whatever we need to do so that we support our farmers. And we also support you as directors. Sasa nyinyi kwa sababu ni watu ya kupigiwa kura, wacha niibie nyinyi siri. Siri ni hii. Siri ni hii, bwana si mzuri, si mtarudishwa. Hii ndio siri. So sisi tunajua na President William mtu unajua siri ya kuchaguliwa. Siri ni kufanyia watu kazi na wapate ongezeko. So the farmers now will be happy with you. So you must work. You must work hard. You must lower down the cost of production. You must intervene for those tea farmers so that they can have a gain, and then they can have confidence in your leadership. Otherwise, wasipopata pesa, si mnajua the outcome. Wanasemaga inje ni out. So, sasa mimi na rais unajua tutaki kutoka. So sisi tunangangana. Nyinyi kama mnataka kufukuzwa na wakulima ni juu yenu. Lakini nikiangalia nyinyi hata nyinyi hamtaki kufukuzwa. Unajua hii kitu kwa kufukuzwa kwa uongozi ni kitu very painful. Sasa pale nyumbani unapata heshima yako kama director. Si ndio? Sasa ukija ukifukuzwa, watu walikuwa nakusalimia na heshima, unaona wanakupita. Sinaendaka namna hiyo. So hii ukipata cheo ya uongozi, kaa hapo and you work with your people so that ukae hapo. Si ndio? So mimi nimefurahi sana kwa kunitembelea. Hapa msikuwe na haraka ya kuondoka. Sasa tuko na lunch hapa, ale lunch tukule. Alafu muende msalimiane, mtasalimiana? Si mtasalimiana? Sasa
by inviting us, all of us, the tea sector leaders across the country, to come and celebrate the achievement of the tea sector today. Because I have some more time reserved for me, for my